Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Maddie and this is Kitty Stitch. It's a place where I love to talk about all the things that I love. So got some cross stitch today, a couple of FFOs, and some knitting projects as well. So let's just jump into things. We'll get started with the FFOs first. You can see two of them back here, so I'll go ahead and pull the first one up for you. These two projects I am so excited to have finished. First one I have here is the Love Boat sampler. This is by Artist Designs, and absolutely just love it. I started this on January 20th of 2024 and finished on March 29th of 2024. And I stitched it on 36 count Amanda by Grace Notes. And I used the called for DMC for this. And there's no glass in here. I'll actually insert a picture of what I found at TJ Maxx that I framed this in. It was like something that you would put like a picture of a baby in. So it had like a little clothespin that you could clip a picture in, and it said like newborn or something like that. I just ripped that clothespin right off, and I loved the blue frame. I knew I wanted something blue for this because I just think it looks cute with the birds and the water. So absolutely love how this turned out, and I think I paid like $9 for this frame, so super happy with that. Next up is a piece that is seriously so special to me. This is Quaker Garden by Hello from Liz Matthews. My girlfriends and I all stitched this as a round robin piece. So we would each, oh boy, you can get some glare there from the glass, but we each stitched a like large motif on each other's pattern. And then as you can tell, we put our initials all over it. Next to the piece that we stitched, like there's another one. So I'm so happy to have this one framed. I'm thinking of getting both of these actually put right back here. It'll match with all my pink going on, and yeah, this is just such a special piece to me. This is a 10 by 10 frame from Amazon. Stitched it on 40 count Peony by Fiber on a Whim with Dinky Dyes silk in pink tourmaline. It's a conversion that my friend Cam of Cam the Stitcher came up with, and I just think it looks amazing. It's really tight here along the top and bottom, but for a store-bought standard frame, I couldn't be happier with how this turned out. So I had a long weekend with Martin Luther King Day being on a Monday, so I spent all day yesterday, which was Sunday, working on FFOs. So I actually have a couple more here to show you guys. Next up, this is Witch Training Academy, and this one is by Kathy Barrick. Absolutely love it. I stitched this one kind of with a variety of flosses. So I did use the silks, the called for silks on the moon. That was my first time ever stitching with silks. And then I believe I used sulky for the black, and then DMC for the orange and all the other colors in the piece. So it was kind of a hodgepodge of different materials that I used, but just think it turned out so great. I started this on September 19th, 2022 and finished on October 19th, 2022. So it's been finished for quite some time and just been waiting to get into a frame. It's on 36 count Haunted Linen by Seraphim Fabrics. And I also put little beads that I had left over from a Mill Hill project on the eyes of the bat. So I think they just look even a little spookier, and just loving how this turned out. So definitely gonna get this one up for Halloween next season. And yeah, there is Witch Training Academy by Kathy Barrick. Oh, and I should mention as well, this was another 10 by 10 frame from Amazon. I was kind of frustrated. I did end up getting this for another piece, but the interior part is actually only like 9 1/4 by 9 1/4. So it would have been too small for the piece that I was thinking, but it ended up working perfect for this one. Two more finishes. These ones are a bit smaller, and also holiday themed, but first one I have here is the Wee Santa. This is from 2022. It's so cute. I love a pink Santa. Started this on December 19th, 2022 and finished started December 12th, finished December 19th. And it's on just 32 count petite point raw linen, and I stitched it with the called for flosses. Called for DMC, I should say. And this one also has some beads. These were called for, and they came, oh yeah, like there's a couple of them. came with the piece. And I got this little Christmas tree. It was originally like just a plain wood, but I picked it up from Target in the dollar spot. And so this one I'm calling an FFO for now, because I definitely want to add some little accessories with this as well. But I'm gonna wait until the holidays next year when they have all their stuff out to pick up some, maybe a bow or like something I feel like needs to go right here, and maybe I could use my Cricut and cut something out down here as well. But it is on the mat board, which is the important part, and I just need some little accessories to go with it. Definitely will get this one up around the holidays next year as well. Last one is also not quite finished up, but I plan on finishing it up this afternoon, and I didn't want to keep it out until I filmed next, because it'll just go with my Christmas stuff. But this is the small project ornament from the Jingle Ball this year. So super cute. It's designed by Lindy Stitches. It says Jingle Ball, and then it has 24 down there. And again, stitched this one with all of the called for flosses. And I just finished it similar to like almost a needlepoint style finish. But I did matted the front, matted the back, and then, so you can tell, I just stitched them right together there. And I either will put some cording that I made along the edges here, or I was thinking it would be really cute to use the finishing method that I learned at the Jingle Ball from Liz Matthews, where you do the little beaded scalloped edge, but I don't know if it will quite cover up this stitching that I have to put the two pieces together. So we'll see. I'm gonna mess around with that this afternoon. I'll post a picture to my Instagram when it is finished up, but it's super close at this point. It just needs those little finishing touches. So super happy to have this one done as well for an ornament on the tree next year. Moving right along into the actual stitching, I worked on 4 projects in the last couple weeks, so I'll definitely get around to showing those to you guys. One of them, the main focus project that I worked on, is actually something I can't show you quite yet. It's going to be a smalls exchange that I'm doing for Valentine's Day with a couple of my friends. So we each randomly selected someone from like a website that randomly does it, so nobody knows who anybody else has. So it's gonna be really fun. I'm really excited about that project. Over the last couple weeks, I have spent 6 days working on and got 2,370 stitches on that. So I'll show you that in my next video. But that's where a lot of my attention has gone. But the last couple weeks I've actually done 6,800 stitches. So definitely a couple more things to show you. We'll start with my new start. It's actually still on the Q-snap, and this is Willing Hands by Blackbird Designs. Posted a picture on my Instagram, and when I had first gotten started, just with this little border. So definitely have gotten a lot of progress over this in the last couple of days. I've worked on it for 3 days. I started it on January 16th, and I've gotten 1,567 stitches using all of the called for floss. And this is on a 40 count everything else linen by Mystic Fabrics. It's a really, really nice, just neutral color. And I'm actually planning to put this on the top of the travel stitching case that I'm going to make. I'll show you a little bit later here, but once this is finished, the dimensions will work out absolutely perfect on it. Like I mentioned, I am stitching this with the called for DMC, all except one, because I actually had the called for fancy floss, which was Corn Blue by Classic Colorworks. But everything else I'm keeping in this cute little basket that I made. I didn't intend for it to fit in my bobbins perfectly, but it does. So that worked out great, and they just all wait in there to get worked on. But yeah, this is from the Blackbird Designs book, The Sewing Club. There is so many good charts in there that I can't wait to get around to stitching. So really excited that this one worked out perfectly to fit on the top of that stitching case. I'll actually go ahead and show you a picture as well as what that will look like once it's finished. And yeah, absolutely love it. I want this has really been a focus for me. I'm really trying to crank it out because I want to get around to finishing it before I go to a couple of retreats here in the next couple of months. I want to have the stitching case ready to go for that. So the next project that I worked on was Turkish Delight by Rosewood Manor. I'll go ahead and insert a picture of what this looked like before I got some progress in on it, and worked on this for 3 days, 1,364 stitches, and it's at 27.6%. So really coming along. Started it on June 23rd of 2024, and it is on 36 count Diva by Picture This Plus. So here is where I am at now. Again, every time I show this, I'm like, it's washed out. The color, it's just doesn't pull right on camera, but in person it is amazing. If I remember right, I did some of these letters over here and then started to work down this side. Again, I've got a hanging floss like always, but this one is definitely going to be a focus for me over the next couple of weeks. I'd love to get this one finished up and hung up sometime soon, just because I'm obsessed with it. I did my own conversion, which I'll go ahead and post on my Instagram, just for you to reference back there instead of going to the video every time if you want to stitch that yourself. But again, Turkish Delight by Rosewood Manor, coming right along. The last piece that I pulled out over the last couple of weeks was Floral Alphabet by JBW Designs. I'll show you where I was at the last time that I pulled this one out. It was quite a while ago since I'd gotten some progress on this one, so was happy to be able to do so. Here is where I am at now. And this is actually the same fabric and floss as that piece that I finished back there. I'm just using up my extras on it. But really, I basically stitched from this G over. So 4 days of stitching and 1,411 stitches, and gets it up to 50% actually. So really excited to get some good progress in on this one. I actually was working on it because I thought it might fit on my travel case, but it's just a bit too big. So I got over to the side and then realized it would be a bit too big, but that's okay because I like the Blackbird design ones better, like it better for my stitching case anyway. So it worked out in the end, but definitely want to get this one finished up and hung up as well sometime soon. I'm not sure the next time I'll pull this one out, but happy to at least gotten a couple of days worth of stitching in on it. All right, now time for some haul. The last time that I filmed was actually right before Christmas, so I really don't think I've bought, oh, there's one thing that I did buy for myself, but everything else was gifts, which was awesome. I'm so lucky that my family knows me really well and was able to pick up a couple items that I can definitely use for stitching. So first thing that I've got here is, oh, this is gonna be loud, 1 second. First thing I've got is from my mom. It is the Dimensions ornament kits. So excited about these. I think Liz of Hello from Liz Matthews is stitching these. I think that's where I saw them. But it's the full kit. It's just in a bag from Amazon. But there is what they will look like when they're finished. I'll definitely get these started up next holiday season. They are just gorgeous. Like, I love the toy shop. And the bakery is so cute. This little pink house has Santa on top. So those are super, super cute. And can't wait to get those started. I love stitching ornaments. So these will be my first real, like, full coverage ornaments. So those I just think will look gorgeous on the tree. Next couple items are from my husband's family. These are absolutely hilarious. If you have kids, maybe don't let them look if they know how to read. But these are sponges that say funny things on them. And they are like, actually, I don't know if they look like they're stitched on there with cross stitch. So they're absolutely hilarious. And then they came with this, which has little suction cups to like stick to the back of your sink, but it looks like a frame. And so they go in here and like display them. Oh my God, they're hilarious. So I don't even want to use them, but I will use them. But they are so funny because I don't want to ruin them. But that's absolutely hilarious. That is totally up my alley. So love that. I also got another set of Dimensions ornaments. These are so cute. They're little snowmen. They remind me of the snowmen that my mom used to decorate with back in the 2000s. They're just so cute. And again, can't wait to get these stitched up next year for on the tree. And my stitching case. I'm so excited. I've been wanting one of these and just didn't end up getting it myself. I was trying to be conscious and not spend money. So I was very grateful to get this. It is the one that Exo Needle in the Hay uses in her little tutorial. And it is from Amazon. I'll go ahead and put a link to that in the description. But I already kind of started working on getting it re-put together. I want to finish my piece first before actually decorating it, just so I can pick fabric and stuff that will match really well to the finished piece. But I've been using it already to hold my things in. But again, want to get this finished up and all decorated cute for some retreats I have coming up in May and hopefully in June. So really grateful for that. Last thing is a handmade blocking board. They said this was from Etsy. It was made somewhere locally here in the US, I believe. But it's awesome. It came with some pins to block it with. And then I think this is a needle gauge as well. So that will definitely come in handy for blocking some smaller projects here coming up, hopefully. Last thing that I didn't end up getting myself was the Morgan hoops. Some of my friends absolutely adore these, and so I wanted to give them a shot. It is really cool because these little circle pieces, you plug these into there and then it makes it into a stand like this, if that makes sense. So I think I would really like that for retreats potentially, or just stitching on the couch. I thought about bringing it on a recent trip that we went on a flight, but didn't end up, that's actually the reason I bought it, but I didn't end up bringing it with me. But, yeah, definitely really excited to give these a shot. I know a ton of people really like them. I have always been a dedicated Q-Snap user, so I'm a little nervous to try something new, but I definitely want to give it a shot here in the next couple weeks. Last thing to touch on here today is just a little bit of knitting. I just have 2 projects to show you. First one is my Christmas socks. I'm so happy to be done with these. These, I knit a pair for both my husband and myself using 1 skein of fingering weight yarn from the fiber seed, and this is all that I had left. Out of a whole skein of like 500 yards, this is it. So it was a really close call. I'm really happy to have had enough to do so, but these ones are his. They're both finally done. I actually did block these out for him as well, and usually I do 64 stitches for myself, but I did 72 for his just to make sure he would have some room, and it felt like it took so much longer. I know it's not that many more in a round, but whew, besides like making it longer because his foot is bigger and making it wider, it felt like I was so happy for these to be done. So might take a break on some socks for a little while. I've been a little burnt out on them between my pink socks, having to re-knit those a couple times to get them to fit myself, and then these socks feeling like they took forever. So I'm gonna take a break on socks, and in the meantime I have been working on my scarf. It's technically a hood scarf. I'll go ahead and insert a picture of what it will look like when it is done. But it's a free pattern by Pearl Soho. Basically it's a long scarf that gets wider in the middle so that then it can almost be like a hood. It's super cute. I'm really excited. Here is where I'm at now. It looks crazy. But basically you just knit for 28 inches before you start making it wider. So I'm at like 25 inches. So hopefully the next couple weeks I'll be able to get this one finished up while it is still cold. It's absolutely freezing in Ohio right now. It's like -3 out today. This morning we had to get up and take one of the cats to the vet, and it was so cold. But I love knitting. It's such a great an easy thing to travel with, so that's why I just love having one of these small projects on the go that I can just shove in my purse and take basically anywhere with me. So like this morning I was knitting for the 25 minutes we had in the car and getting a couple more rounds in on this. But this is the yarn that I'm using. It is Wool of the Andes Sport Weight by Knit Picks. This is the color Bramble Heather, and it is a Peruvian Highland wool. It's really nice. It's really soft. It blocks out really nice. I've heard from my friend Megan of the Seattle Stitcher. She is actually working on the same thing and blocked it out, and her ribbing looks great. So I'm hoping mine looks the same. Haven't gone through blocking it out yet. But again, excited to have this one done. Hopefully while we still have some cold weather. My sweater is just sitting back there giving me mean eyes because I don't want to work on it. But yeah, that's kind of all I have to show and share with you guys today. I'm gonna go downstairs and hopefully get some more what I call downstairs crafting done. Up here, I'm able to like stitch really well and like have a good setup for that. But really all I have is this desk. So if I want to do anything else like sewing or finishing, it goes to the kitchen table downstairs. So we call that downstairs crafting, and it's quite an event because I have to take all my stuff downstairs, and then it usually lives down there for a little while because I'm too lazy to bring it back upstairs. So like to get as much done while I have all that downstairs as I can. So I'm planning on making a couple of project bags as well as hopefully getting a couple more projects FFO'd. So yeah, thanks so much for watching today, guys. It was great to be able to share everything with you, and we'll see you next time. Bye.